Congratulations on your new Gaggia Classic Evo Pro. In this guide, you'll learn about the parts of the machine, their functions, and how to quickly set it up, make espresso, froth milk, make a latte, and produce hot water from the machine to make an Americano. In the accessory box with the Gaggia Classic Evo Pro is a double spout portafilter, standard single and double shot filter baskets, a pressurized double shot basket and diffuser pin, a coffee scoop and tamper. The pressurized double shot basket, identified by the single hole on the back side, and diffuser pin are for use with pre-ground coffee. On top of the machine is access for filling with water and a cup warming surface. Across the front, switches control main power, brewing, and steam. The knob on the side opens a valve to release steam when the steam switch is on, or hot water when both the brew switch and steam switch are on. Up front, the decompression duct releases water from the portafilter and routes it into the drip tray at the end of a brewing cycle. The duct can be removed by pulling straight down. With a duct, portafilter, and drip tray removed, the water reservoir can be slid out of the front of the machine for filling if desired. To start up the machine, first remove and rinse the reservoir. When replacing, be sure to guide both hoses fully into the reservoir. Fill the reservoir with water to the max line. Place a receptacle below the group and turn on the main power switch. Then press the brew switch and you will hear the pump come on. In a few seconds, water will dispense from the group head. Continue running the pump until at least 5 ounces or 150 milliliters of water is dispensed. Then turn off the brew switch. Allow the machine to warm up for 10 minutes. Keep the portafilter mounted in the group head during this time and when not in use so it warms up as well. You will make a higher quality espresso if you grind whole beans fresh right before making it. But if you do not have a grinder, you can use store-bought pre-ground coffee that's intended for espresso brewing or use pre-packaged ESE pods. If using store-bought pre-ground coffee, be sure to install the diffuser pin and the pressurized double-shot filter basket in the portafilter. That's the one with the single hole on the back side. If using ESE pods, mount the standard single-shot basket. For pre-ground coffee, load the pressurized filter basket with 1 scoop of coffee for a single shot or 2 scoops for a double shot. Use a tamper to lightly compress the coffee. For ESE pods, simply place the pod in the standard single-shot filter basket. Lock the portafilter securely in the group, place your cup or cups under the spouts, and press the brew switch. Keep the brew switch on until you have the desired amount of espresso in your cup. Typical finished liquid volumes are about 1 ounce or 30 milliliters for a single shot made from 1 scoop of pre-ground coffee or an ESE pod, and 2 ounces or 60 milliliters if using 2 scoops of pre-ground coffee. If grinding your own whole beans fresh, don't use the diffuser pin and install either the single or double shot standard filter basket. Those are the baskets with many holes. Fine-tuning grind size is key to success when grinding your own coffee fresh. It's a straightforward process of adjusting the grind size to change how long it takes the espresso to extract. Grinding finer slows down the extraction, and grinding coarser speeds it up. The goal is for the entire extraction to take about 25 to 30 seconds. Timing is the same for single and double shots. So start with a grind that looks like this, very fine. When you pinch between your fingers, it should hold together a bit and be fine enough to maybe make out your fingerprints in the compressed coffee. When you have a grind size that looks like this, load your portafilter. It's important to try and use the same amount or weight of coffee each time. Using more coffee will slow down an extraction and using less will speed it up. The best way to be consistent is to weigh the coffee, but If you do not have a scale, you can get close by slightly overfilling your portafilter and swiping away excess coffee level with the rim. With the coffee loaded, use a tamper to firmly and evenly compress the coffee. You want a nice flat surface so brew water moves evenly through the coffee. Attach the portafilter and press the brew switch. Time the extraction. Again, the goal is about 25 to 30 seconds for the extraction, and timing again is going to be the same for single and double shots. If your extraction was too slow, adjust the grind size a little coarser and try again. If the extraction was too fast, adjust the grind size a little finer to slow it down. Now, you may get lucky and get the grind size right in a couple of attempts, but no, it's not unusual to do 3 or more attempts to dial into the right grind size. A good quality espresso-focused grinder will help you a lot. Be consistent with the amount of coffee used and tamp the coffee firm and level each time. Also know that grind size is not set and forget. When you change coffee type, or as your beans age, or the amount of coffee you use changes, your grind size will likely need slight adjustment. You've made your espresso, so let's look at frothing milk, and then we'll combine the espresso and milk for a latte. To start, press the steam switch. This raises the temperature in the boiler to produce steam. Allow about 20 seconds for the machine to reach steaming temperature. As the machine is heating, add about 4 to 5 ounces of milk to a frothing pitcher. The exact amount depends on your final drink size. After 20 seconds, open the steam valve briefly to purge any water from the steam wand. Then position the tip just below the surface of the milk and open the valve. This tip position sips in small amounts of air during steaming to create tiny microbubbles in the milk, which creates a rich, creamy texture. As the milk expands, lower the pitcher ever so slightly to keep the tip at the same depth just below the surface of the milk. When satisfied with the amount of air in the milk, lower the wand a little deeper below the surface and find a wand angle that causes the milk to swirl. This swirling breaks up any larger bubbles and creates a uniform milk texture in the pitcher. Keep the milk swirling until the outside of the pitcher just starts to get uncomfortable to hold due to heating. Close the steam valve with the tip still below the surface of the milk and turn off the steam switch. Wipe down the wand immediately to prevent milk from baking on. After steaming, you must purge the wand of residual milk and cool down the boiler. Position the wand tip over the drip tray or another container, open the steam valve slightly, and press both the brew and steam switch. The pump will come on, then keep the pump running until you get a solid stream of water out of the wand. Then turn off the brew and steam switches and close the valve. With that complete, the boiler is refilled and cooled back down to brewing temperature, ready to make your next espresso. Before pouring the froth milk over your espresso, you can tap and swirl the pitcher to break up any larger bubbles. Then pour a bit of the frothed milk into your cup and give it a little swirl to mix with your espresso. Then continue pouring the rest of the milk froth to fill your cup. It'll taste great just like this, or with a little practice and the help of online tutorials, you can dress it up with some latte art. The Gaggia Classic Evo Pro can dispense hot water for many uses. A popular one is the Americano. It's a trendy beverage for those who prefer a larger cup of coffee and is simply hot water added to espresso. For that, make an espresso in a larger cup, then position the cup under the steam wand. Open the valve and press both the brew and steam switch. Fill the cup with the desired amount of water. Then turn off the brew and steam switches and close the valve. For additional information on operating and maintaining your Gaggia Classic Evo Pro, see the operating instructions book which came with the machine. For technical assistance, contact your Gaggia authorized dealer.